Howdy y'all, Cam with Cam's Creations. Today we are building a sandbox. For little kids, we're going to build out a handful of 2x4s and half of a 55-gallon drum. The coolest thing, one of the cool things about this project is one, is very heavy duty, and two, out of the 2x4s, there's no waste. So you'll use every inch of the 2x4s. Okay, so to get started, after you cut everything, make sure to sand it down. You'll get your put your framing pieces up here. Get them ready. 2 long pieces, one or 2 short ones, according to the plans. As you put them up here, take a look at them and make sure that the good side of it is on the outside. We all know how it is getting wood. You can't get a perfect piece. But put the best side on the outside. And you're going to make a frame. The small piece will be inside the outside pieces. Get your screws. I use exterior 2.5 inch screws. They do really well for me. I've built many of these and they're holding up. I've got one on my front porch that's been there probably 6 years, doing awesome. Alright, so you line them up with this small piece in the middle, big ones on the outside, 2 screws, and we'll do the same thing on that end. Oops. If you do this with wet wood, this is pressure treated. If you do it with wet pressure treated wood, it's a little bit harder on the saw, but drilling, putting the screws in it, you can countersink them a lot easier. And if it's wet, it's a lot less likely to split and crack. So I recommend getting the pressure treated 2x4s. Let's see. All right. We got our main frame. Let's grab the legs. You'll have 4 legs. We'll go on the outside here, and again, just look over them and try and get the best pieces out. Grab some screws. On this initial go around, we're only putting 1 screw per leg all the way around. We'll come back, we'll add more, but right now we're just doing 1. Make sure that the bottom is flush on the bottom and it's flush on the side. You want it squared up and flush. If they pivot or spin, that's okay. We'll fix it in a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Get to the other side. When these things are wet, they're pretty heavy. Alright. See, that one's got a little chunk in it, but if we put it on the inside, you won't see it. Alright. Got those up. Now, time to get the drum, the half of the drum. I got another video that shows you how to cut those in half. But we'll grab the drum. And put it inside. Sometimes you got to persuade them a little bit. But make sure it's all the way down on the table or your work surface. Okay, so next step, we grab, you got 2 long cross pieces. Again, just double checking the best side on the outside. I've got a 1 foot little jig thing here. Go under here. And on this side is where the seat's going to be. The seat will be across here. So you want this secure. So you want this 12 inches off of here, and then roughly 15 inches from this leg. And we will add screws to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 to the top over here. We'll take this board out, this brace out, put it over here, adjust it up, measure, make sure everything's good. 1 screw over here, and then add a 2nd screw, and then come back for a 2nd screw, just so we get it all level. There's the first one. There's 1. Now I'll take the brace out, go to the other side. Double check our measurement. We want them the same on both sides. Roughly 15 inches. Okay, so they're good. I'll add the 2nd screw. Take that brace out. I'm going to use it on the other side. Add the 2nd screw over here. Awesome. Okay, get your 2nd long board. Put it on that side. Sure, y'all might be able to hear a pig in the background. That's Saffron. It's one of my daughter's show pigs. She's getting hungry and she's letting me know it's about dinner time. Okay, so on this side we're going to do the same thing. Put this, make sure it's pushed down on it. Measure roughly 15 inches. Oh, a little too much. Okay, right there. Same process. Okay, that's 1. Go back to the 2nd side. Try to measure. One, 2. We're done with that little jig guy. Let's get to the 2nd one over here. When you put that in there on these ones, make sure they're really straight. You don't want them poking out either way. So make sure they're straight in the mid on the side of this 2x4. Okay. Looking good so far. Looks kind of funny upside down, but here we go. Okay. So next, we're going to get the boards for they go on here. These guys. Let's flip that guy over. Okay. Oops. All right. So these ones, get 4 screws again. What I try to do, I got a little level here. It's pretty beat up. But try and make this as plumb as you can. Just like the first one. And what we're going to do is make this board, we're going to be flush on this side right here. We're going to add 1 screw to the back side on all 4 corners. Again, we're going to come back and add more screws, but right now we're just doing 1. Again, make sure they're all flush. Generally, if you get that first one plumb and flush, everything else is going to line up right. Three, one more. Let's see here. Sometimes you got to finagle them to get them straight. There we go. There we go. But now it's flush. Looking good. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and add the more screws. So I grab four more screws. 2, 3, 4. And I go back to each corner. I add 2 more down here and then 2 more on the back side. So you have 3 and 3 total. I go kind of in a triangle shape on each one. Yeah, it works for me. That's what I do. Cool. One leg done. 4 more screws. Go to the second one. Oop. All right, 2 of them done. Let's go to 3. Oops. Sometimes, very rare, when you do these, because we put 2 screws in this board already, and when you put the other ones, sometimes you'll hit the head of the other one. If you do, just change your angle, or you can scoot over a little bit. That's what I did just now. All right, last leg. All right. Okay, so the main frame is done. We have 3 at each connection. The drums inside. All right, now we're going to start working on the chair part. Okay, so let's take this down, flip it over, we'll get rid of the table. All right. So flip that guy back over, and it should be stout on the ground. Okay, so grab the 4 pieces that are for bracing for the chairs. Okay, do 2 on each side. Grab 4 screws. These boards are for bracing on the chair. So when the kid sits down, it doesn't flip over backwards. Okay, so just put it on the ground and then add 2 screws to the top. These ones you're not going to see, so if they're ugly, it's okay. Whoa. Alright, let's get this a little better angle. Alright, same thing on the other two on the back side. And if you want, you can stand on them and make sure that they're flat on the ground. Nope. Alright, one more. Alright. So that just added more bracing to the legs. Alright, now we'll get the sections for the seat. Alright. So again, same thing with these, just flip them around, over, under, whatever direction you want to try and get the best ones, the best part facing up. Alright, there's 3. And we'll do 3 on the back side. 1, 2. That's pretty good. Okay, got 3. Alright, get my big screw box. So these ones, you're going to want to make sure they're fairly centered. They're on the back. Those long boards, they're on the back of it, all the way to the back. And you want to make sure that they're even. So just measure it and get the same measurement on both sides. Oops. Might take a couple tries, but you want to try and get them even. It should be roughly 2 3/4 ish, depending on how you cut it and how everything is assembled. Roughly 2 3/4. Okay, now let's add a screw to each side. Again, you want them flush on the back. Uh-oh, just broke my bit. Good thing I got backup. Okay, I added a second one to it. Okay, we got that first one. Now these ones just line up. Try to make them flush on each side. If they're really, really wet, I just butt them up against each other, because when they dry up, they're going to shrink a little bit and add a gap. And then just add 2, 2, 2, 2. These ones are important to countersink, because you don't want the kid's rear end getting cut or some scratched by these screws. Awesome. So that's it. That's done for that side. And I'll go to the other side real quick. Okay, gotta get it flush up against the back. Measure the sides, make sure that they're even. Two. Yep, looks good. One. A little more, gotta make sure it's countersink. Alright, lining up the other two. Get a whole bunch of screws and go to town. Almost done. Alright, the frame is done. You can see I can stand on this. It doesn't move, doesn't give. Very stout. Alright, some finishing steps. This barrel we put on the inside. Right now it's just flopping around. We got to secure it. So push it down. Make sure it's sitting on the frame on the bottom. And these ones I've got 1.25" screws. I put 3 on the side, on the small sides, and then 5 across the big sides. That'll secure it, and that'll kind of help open it up a little bit. When I started making these, I tried to design it so the plastic is below the wood. So when the kids lean over, less likely to scratch or do anything on the plastic. Got a lot of barnyard friends out here today. Got my daughter's cow trying to attack something over there. Chickens running around trying to fight and eat something. All right, 3 more. Awesome. All right, so we are done. This is the main sandbox frame. I don't know if I can fit in there, but kids can sit in here, play sand. You can make it for water, have a water games, all kinds of stuff. But this will last a long time. Like I said, I've had mine on the porch for at least 6 years, probably a little longer. But they work good. They're good for grandparents' houses, summertime. Summer's coming up. Kids got to have something to do during the summer. I think the inside, depending on what size bag you get, I think I did like 3 bags of play sand from the box stores in here. You can always add more. But these are awesome. I have another video of how to make a top for it. So this also converts into a table where kids can play games and color and do whatever outside in the sun. Just getting out of the house for a little while. They can have picnics on here. Also, if it's sand inside, sand toys, you can put the top on that'll keep animals and other things out of the sand to help protect it, help protect the toys. So if you want to see how to make the top, I'll look for that video too. I'll have it in here soon. Okay? So just look for that. All right? Thank you. We'll be seeing you again.